Hello guys, welcome to my channel SS Devil Advocate. I am SS the Showstopper, and today I just want to talk about the whole dynamic of relationship and what it entails, the dichotomy of it, breaking it down from the male version, female version, how we relate to each other, what's really taking place in my neck of the woods in society, and even personalize it when it comes to me, myself, you understand me, and what I have dealing with and what I see and what I really want for myself. Now, when I look into the entire situation when it comes to relationship, based on the things that I have seen, it's not doing well for a lot of persons. It's not doing well for too many persons. I know that there are people out there who are married and they're contented. They have a high tolerance for each other, but for some strange reason, it doesn't look like love, because the things that they say to each other, the way how they speak to each other, the way how they treat each other, it's not coming from a place of love based on what we see. And I can't be the only person. That's why I pluralize and I say we, because I know there are so many persons out there who have seen it. You understand me? Whether it be on social media, whether it be in your personal life, in your community, in your space, we're seeing wherein so many persons are disrespectful to each other. Men are disrespectful to women. Women are disrespectful to men. And it's just not a good look. I also realized something very profound, especially in Jamaica. There are a lot of down low men. There are a lot of men who are gay, a lot of men who are homosexual, a lot of men who are bisexual, and they wish not to come out of the closet. They want to stay in the closet, and it creates a great issue when it comes to relationship. You wonder why you can't get along with your partner, and it's not a blame thing, you know. It's not a blame thing, or I'm putting a dark cloud on men. I'm just speaking the truth. A lot of men are down low because when we look at the society, for you to be a heterosexual man, for you to be a man who's straight, a man who's about your life, about your business, and at the end of the day, you're very argumentative and quarrelsome when it comes to women. You want to have a unnecessary back and forth. You still want to battle gender wars and all these type of things. It shows that there's something out there that is simply not working for you, and maybe you need to try something else. Probably, you understand me? We've seen August Alsina, singer, has talked about his relationship. I didn't like the fact that he incorporated God in it, but it could be his God. And, you know, he was speaking on how life has shown him how to be open to anybody, whether it be man or woman. And he's okay with it. He has his boyfriend, and he's pretty much okay with his relationship with it when it comes to his partner and stuff like that. And it works for them. And I can't say I blame the guy, because if you can find satisfaction in yourself and in a partner of the opposite sex, then I think that you need to open up and realize that maybe you should try each other. You understand me? And we're seeing the same issues with women. A lot of women out there are very uncomfortable with themselves. They're very uncomfortable. They just don't like probably what they see in the mirror. They don't like a lot of things that they see out there. And maybe they see other women as competition too much, or they take other women appearance too much onto themselves. And so they internalize whatever they see out there, and you know, you point fingers at other persons and saying that they're this and they're that, when you're really actually projecting. You understand? And when you look at it, it trickles down into a relationship. You are always quarrelsome as a woman. You're very argumentative, you're very combative, and you're very overbearing at times. And because of that, you will find a lot of guys just really do not want to have you to deal with, because why should he? I can't blame a guy if he doesn't want to have you to deal with. Do I sound like a pick-Misha? Absolutely not, because I just spoke from the man's version. Now I'm speaking on the woman's version. If you're the type of female who likes to argue and you're loud, vulgar, overly aggressive, always quarreling and all these type of things, the average guy just not going to want to have that energy to deal with. You understand? And so because of that, you can't blame many men if they come around you and they just, you know, go because of what you portray. It's a turn off. You understand? And if you come into understanding of yourself, you will realize that in every single thing, there's boundaries and there's limitation. You can't be flippant at the mouth. You understand me? You have to go in strides. You have to think before speaking. Not because it comes to your mouth and you're a woman, you believe that you should say it because you're a woman, and a man, he should close his mouth because he's a man and not say it, and he should be able to take it. Why should he be able to take your insult? He's a human being. He has feelings. If you do not respect yourself, you're not going to respect the person who you're sleeping with or who you are dating. And so you're going to think it's okay to say just about anything to him, anyhow, and it's simply not going to go right. It's going to go left. That's the harsh reality. You understand me? Sometimes you have to learn to love yourself. Now let me go on to my version where I personalize this thing. There seem to be a lot of mosquitoes. But anyways, I'm living in Jamaica. It's a tropical island. Mosquitoes will be here. But when it comes to me, I enjoy single life. The reason I enjoy being single is not that I have access to a lot of men as what a lot of persons may see. No, it doesn't work like that. Especially when you're a goal-oriented type of female. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like how you think it is. When you are a goal-oriented female like myself, it's not as easy. I do not take time out for a relationship to acknowledge a guy, to pay attention, because there's so many negative that comes with it. There's so many negative that comes with the behavior of a lot of men today. And no guy is going to love me as much as how I love myself. Because when I'm making a lot of money, I take care of my health. I go to the gym, I go to spa, I treat myself because I want to be healthy internally and healthy externally. And it's rare I'm going to find a guy who is going to take care of me, who is going to love me and give me the attention as much as how I give myself. And when I look into that, I just don't see the purpose right now. Given what I'm seeing out there, how men and women are treating each other as heterosexual couple, I just do not see the need to go into a relationship. Because what am I going to go in there for? For me to go into a relationship with a guy, you'd have to have some sort of care, understanding. These are virtues that people rarely have. You have to dig to find it. People rarely have it. And given the difficulties that people are facing when it comes to finance, when it comes to the multiple baby mothers, the multiple kids for different women and stuff like that, it's rare that they're going to have the time to nurture and protect a female that they claim to be in love with. And when I look into all of these things, if I'm doing it for myself or have been doing it for myself, I just do not see the need of wanting to get into some sort of copulation with the opposite sex. There are 24 hours in a day. And if he only has the ability to make me feel good, some 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, or 35 minutes, depends on how long the sex is, out of the 24 hours, you understand, the next 24 hours and the next 23 hours, and 30 minutes, I'm on care, I'm not being cared for, I'm not being loved, I'm not being given attention, and stuff like that, then I just don't see the need. And like I said, I don't think there's any guy that's going to love me the way how I love myself, because I love myself too much. I love myself a lot. Love looking at me. I love taking care of myself. I love admiring myself. I love adorning myself. That's just who I am, because I have one body and I have to love and protect it. And I don't want to speak negative, but based on what I'm seeing out there, most women and most men are in relationship based on high tolerance, based on the fact that someone needs to rely on someone to get that house, someone needs to rely on someone to get that car, someone needs to rely on someone to help pay the bills, and so they just come together. And whenever they feel like having sex, they have sex, and if they can hide and cheat on each other, that's exactly what they're going to do. Nobody's really taking each other serious. It only appears that way. It only appears that way. When I look at that, I'm Gucci. When I look at all of that, I'm good. I am good. No, I'm not saying that person should not get married. I'm not saying that person should not seek to have a wholesome relationship. I'm not saying that person should not seek to take themselves serious and take their partner serious. All I'm saying is that on the grand scale of things, majority of persons don't. And you're going to have to hunt to find that guy. You're going to have to hunt to find that girl that you and her connect. And even when you connect with the person, you're still looking to find something else out there. You understand? And so who wins? Why bother? You're only going to get high blood pressure. You're going to get STDs. These are dangerous disadvantages. What's the great from it? The great from it is that you can go places, you can have sex, you can have enjoyment, you go to party, you can talk, you can hug each other and stuff like that. But how often does that happen? Especially when you're like in a relationship for 2 years, when you're in a relationship that you're unmarried for a while. How often do you see that happening? It's not happening. A lot of persons are in a relationship and are single. A lot of married people are single. You understand? They are single. They are lonely. They are alone. Single people are doing way better than them. And because of that, and I'm just saying that I'm better off. Yeah, I might stumble when it comes to my finances and stuff like that, but I'll get back on my feet. But otherwise from that, when I look into the situation, I just don't see the necessity. The things that are out there is just not encouraging for me to want to get into a relationship. And people ask, oh, so what do you do when you're horny? What do you do when you're horny? Well, listen, I've been horny all my life, ever since I became a teenager. And what was I doing at the time? Nothing. I wasn't having sex. You understand? So what's the difference now? What's the difference now? What's the difference now? And plus, I love my body and protect it a lot. I'm just not going to be open. A lot of things that I see out there do not turn me on. I'm not attracted to a lot of things that I see out there because I'm a sapiosexual. And even when meeting a guy who is highly intelligent and stuff like that, when you check it out, they have the similar personality and character traits, you understand, as somebody out there who is a nothingness. It's similar character traits. And because I acknowledge that and I see it coming, it's just a turn off. Am I looking? No, I'm not looking for anything because there's not anything out there that's worth looking for. And because I see that, then I'm good where I'm at. I'm good where I'm at. And, a lot of men are very disrespectful and stuff like that. That's not something that's gonna work with me. I don't talk to people in my life disrespectfully. And so I'm not gonna go out with someone and engage and open my legs to be intimate with someone who is going to be disrespectful to me. Absolutely not. I see some things that are taking place on social media between two, among many, because we're now involved, because we're seeing it. And I'm wondering, are these people okay? Are these people really okay? How do you sit back and allow people to speak to you like that? How do you allow a guy to pontificate his ideas to you like that? Or his message to you like that? And, a lot of you women are very disrespectful also, like I said. And it's poor self-esteem contributes to it. Poor self-concept contributes to it. For the man, poor self-esteem also. Overly emotional and overly aggressive. You understand me? Overly aggressive and being erratic. You just move from 0 to 100 in the simplest of argument. You move from 0 to 100. You don't believe in conflict resolution. You believe that you should explode and have an explosive argument over a ribbon, over a shoelace, over a pin that fell on the ground. You understand? The least of the things, you guys are very explosive. And I just don't want to have all of that to deal with. I just don't see the necessity, like I said. If I see it one day, probably I will. But for now, I don't see the necessity in wanting to be in a relationship. Because I think every woman, at the end of the day, they would want to know that they're married, they're a wife, they're treasured. But there are realities that all women won't. And if all women won't, and some will have to settle with just being with someone and all of that, you also have to prepare when you're in a relationship, whether you're married or unmarried, that you're going to be cheated on. The person might possibly get someone else pregnant. Not only that, there's a high possibility that you will become a single mother. And that's also another topic for another day. And these are things that I look into, and I just said, you know what? Like I said, I'm Gucci. If this is what I have to go through in order to be in a relationship or to have someone to say, oh, that's my partner or that's my husband and stuff like that, I really do not need a husband, because I want to look the way I look 20 years later, or even better. I don't want to look gloomy all the time, mal. I don't want to look, like the rain is coming or there's a hurricane at all times. I want to look beautiful, perky, pretty. I want to, accept myself and love myself even more. And because of that, the only way I'm doing it right now, or the way I'm doing it right now and being successful at it, it's because I'm really single. Because if I should look at it, and like I can speak on my friends, or not friends, associates and people who I know, and I see them in relationship, they're not doing too well. A lot of them are not happy. They're just tolerating each other for a time being, and it's basically finances really that brought them together. And so a lot of you guys out there who are single, men and women, trust me, you're doing well. You just don't know it yet. You guys are doing well. I'm not saying that people, like I said, should not get into a relationship or should not get married or should not, because I'm a promoter of marriage and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that you guys should not do it. All I'm saying is that I'm judging based on what I see out there. And none of what I see out there is what I want, is what interests me. Could never be something good, because like I said, when I look at the disadvantages, it surpasses the advantages, and they're actually dangerous. And because of such, then I really just don't want to be a part of anything like that. You understand? And it's kudos to those who are married and they are doing well and they love each other, they're in love with each other, and they really care about each other. I'm really happy and I'm very proud of you guys, and I wish that your relationship stays solid, you grow to love each other even more, care about each other. So I'm putting it out there, you understand? And I hope that one day I'll probably be loved, be cherished, and taken care of, and all of that good stuff. I hope that one day it will happen, but for now I am just not thinking about it or pursuing it or want it. I'm not a hunter, and I'm also not the prey, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just think that I'm being candid, guys. I'm being candid. I'm not using any talking points or anything like that I jot down. So I just hope that, you know, the society can get back to a get back. But at the end of the day, will it change what we see happening right now? We can't unsee it. It's already out there that this is what you're going to have dealing with, or this is what you actually had dealing with for a very long time, but you didn't know it. That's what we're seeing right now. Can we unsee it? Can we tell ourselves that no, we actually have a faithful relationship? There are actually couples out there who are really loyal to each other, who are really respectful, cherishing each other, loving each other, and taking care of each other on a grand scale. Can we honestly say that based on all that we are seeing out there now? Can we unsee the things that we have seen and really sit down and convince ourselves of another reality? You understand? I highly doubt that we can. And because of such, then, what to do? What to do? But I'll speak more on it at a later time. And that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for your time, and enjoy your day. I'll see you again on my channel. Okay? Love you guys. Thanks for your support. Bye-bye.